Hey guys, it's so good to have you here again. Thank you so much for always tuning in to my channel. I really appreciate you, and thank you also for attracting new subscribers to my channel. This means so much to me and I'm super grateful. Yes, don't forget we're here to give you the latest, the hottest, most reliable and authentic news as it drops by the hour. And right here we have another news, and it is coming from the stables of President Muhammadu Buhari. Right here is probing the office of his late Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari, and a lot has been unveiled. You won't believe it. It's so shocking and surprising on the things that have been revealed while this probe has been going on. Yes, before we bring you details of this news, guys, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Ensure you hit the subscribe button immediately and be a part of this great family, and also ensure you give this video a thumbs up, because your thumbs up will mean so much to me. I would really appreciate it. And also don't forget to share this video. Yes, thank you guys. You are simply the best. All right, let us go details into the news as to what happened after the probe or during the probe of the late Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari. A wave of apprehension is sweeping through ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, as President Muhammadu Buhari begins to probe into the office of the late Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari. The investigation may lead to all appointments and approvals made by Kyari without Buhari's permission being cancelled. This is as pundits said the vote faced by the president in directing a reversal of over 100 decisions by Kyari could create more problems than it is trying to solve. Also, a source within the presidential villa suggested that the power bloc that produced the new chief of staff, Ibrahim Gambari, might be the force fighting back. Sleep might have already begun eluding many officials in the MDAs on account of contracts okayed without Buhari's approval. If this is what the president is targeting with a view to shoring up his sagging profile, analysts say trouble looms for those who court illegal deals with the late chief of staff. Though no reason was given for the president's reactions, reports suggest no less than 150 memos that didn't have his authorization may have been uncovered. Special Advisor on Media and Publicity Femi Adesina declined to confirm or refute the report. I have seen your text. I have seen your text, he simply said, and ended the call. Also, Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity Abba did not reply to a text message seeking a confirmation on the development. Sources said yesterday that the directive might just be a continuation of the bickering that produced a deep crack within the rank of the president's men last February. The first sign that all was not okay within Buhari's inner cabinet emerged in December 2019 when National Security Advisor Babagana Monguno wrote a memo to the president alleging interference by Abba Kyari. He accused the late Kyari of usurping presidential powers and directed service chief to ignore instructions by the latter. Monguno's account of a connection between Kyari's alleged meddlesomeness and an acute specter of insecurity that had gripped the country was contained in a series of confidential circulars he addressed to top administration officials on national security. The NSA also accused the chief of staff of sidestepping the president's directive to impose his own decision for implementation, a claim some analysts said was all but a direct accusation of treason against Kyari. The revelations, first published by an online portal, appeared to uncourt an integral aspect of the president's response to critics that there is unity among security chiefs towards the common interest of defeating terrorists and armed bandits, rather than an admission of columnists or crack in the team. In media interviews after the memo leaked, Chief of Army Staff Tako Buratai said insecurity was being confronted across board in the Buhari administration, but Monguno's memo showed he and other service chiefs had been taking controversial orders from Kyari, despite warnings from the NSA that such a practice was not only unconventional but also in violation of the Constitution. The first sign of war between the NSA and the Chief of Staff, two of Buhari's most powerful aides, was the open letter which revealed both men locked in a bitter confrontation amid raging insecurity. Perhaps the most potent of all of allegations raised against the Chief of Staff by the NSA at the time was that he had been flagrantly discarding decisions already taken by the president and imposing his own recommendations. Observers saw this as a jarring allegation bordering on treasonable felony. Since Buhari settled down in office in 2015, Kyari's role as the Chief of Staff made him perhaps the most courted associate of the president, arguably more than the president's wife and other family members. The Chief of Staff influence exposed him to some of the worst scandals of the administration. Shortly after the telecom giant MTN was slammed with a record fine in 2015, Kyari was the one who allegedly played the middleman in negotiating the fines, a role that threw up allegations of fraud when the scandal broke. An MTN official who allegedly played a key role in negotiation was said to have lost her job amid the controversy, but Kyari held on to his position, going forward to take part in bigger deals on government behalf. Kyari's influence was also a matter of serious concern for Aisha Buhari, the president's wife, who had repeatedly lashed out at the Chief of Staff for allegedly caging her husband and making her redundant in the government. Last November, another online newspaper reported obtained documents showing Kyari overriding President Yemi Osinbajo on a crucial decision on Ruga project, a series of economic palliative designed to curtail the herdsmen crisis. It was unclear when President Buhari began his friendship with Kyari, but there is little question that has remained deep and robust since 2015. When the president was re-elected in 2019, he issued a directive to all his appointees to clear files and memos through Kyari on any matter that required presidential attention. The president did not even single out his vice president as an exception to that restriction. Monguno's argument in his memo was that the Chief of Staff did not swear to a constitutional oath and should, therefore, not be seen issuing directives that carry serious implications for the nation. When it comes to national security, Kyari's job stops at conveying Mr. President written directives, the NSA argued. Kyari, according to those conversations with the inner workings of Aso Villa, had his hands in every pie because he was leveraging his sound education, brilliant intellect, and experience in bureaucracy and business. One of the areas which was used to criticize Kyari's competence was his stint at failed African International Bank (AIB), which he presided over. His political opponents tried to define the late Chief of Staff as the architect of the negative public perception of the Buhari administration. He also contended that although every government throughout history wants to harbor a kitchen cabinet, caucus, or cabal, the remarkable distinction is whether the kitchen cabinet is public-spirited or self-centered. Well, that's it, guys. You've heard it all. President Muhammadu Buhari started having issues right from the time he appointed his late Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari. He had issues with his wife and also with others. And right here and now, he's probing that same office. Drop your comment. Do you think this is the right time to do so, or do you think it's not necessary that he carries on with the probe, or you think it is also okay he does this, or even if he does it and finds out there are lots of loopholes, is he going to do about it? Please don't forget to drop it in the comment section. We'll be waiting to read from you. And also don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. We'll be waiting to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed, please be a part of this family. Yes, we're waiting for you. Hit the red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified anytime we drop a new video. Thank you for staying tuned. I really appreciate your time so far. Do have a blessed time. Bye.